Hey guys, Alex here from MovieBuzzers.com, bringing you my next video review. Today, as you may have guessed, I'm going to be talking to you about The Karate Kid. Starring Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan, and Taraji Henson as well. The movie, which is directed by Harald Zwart, who directed Agent Cody Banks and The Pink Panther 2, so he's familiar with the child drama, child comedies, is about Jaden Smith, who plays Dre Parker, and his mother, Sherry Parker. She gets relocated because of her job. They live in Detroit, and they get relocated to Beijing, where she's going to work at the factory. And on arrival, Jaden, he's accepting the fact that he's got to move to China, but then all of a sudden hates it because he meets this girl, Mei Ying, who's one of his classmates, and starts becoming friendly with her, starts dancing, doing moves like, one of those. And these kids come over, older guys, and start picking on him, and he eventually gets into a fight, gets his ass whooped, and decides that he hates being in China.
I just want to go home. This is home.
So, after continually being picked on, he decides to strike back, and when he does, he runs, makes it back to his home, but gets caught outside before he can get inside. Starts getting beat up, and then Jackie Chan, Mr. Han, the Mr. Miyagi type character, comes in out of nowhere, and he battles the children, putting them in their place, so to speak. So it's there where, Jaden Smith, Dre, asks Jackie Chan for help. Initially he says no, and eventually he takes it when he's forced to enter a competition, and Jackie Chan becomes his trainer. He teaches him kung fu in a very peculiar yet funny way, and then he's forced to enter this competition where he's got to fight the kid that was picking on him. So overall, the storyline remains pretty faithful to the original Karate Kid. So you have your Donnie's son character, and then you have your Mr. Miyagi and the other evil dudes. But the one thing I don't like is the fact that it's called The Karate Kid when they're using Kung Fu. That does bother me a bit. But since the storyline is overall exactly the same, I'll give it to them. The acting. Jaden Smith was pretty good. He did a lot of training for this, and I'm quite impressed that he's managed to be able to do, spread his legs like this, doing splits and stuff. Jackie Chan, I'm happy to see him finally in a role that I can bear, because his American movies recently have just been horrible, and the ones overseas like Little Big Soldier have been terrific. He's got a completely different personality here than he does there. He still is the comedic actor, but he just is so much better overseas. It bothers me. But he was good as the Mr. Miyagi type character, so I was happy to see that. In terms of directing, the director did a good job. For the most part, I think he could have done a better job in terms of directing some of the actors, particularly Taraji Henson and some of the other Asian actors, because the kids weren't really that good at acting. They were kind of funny when they were beating up on Dre. So that was the one area where I think he could have improved. But I was happy he was able to remain faithful to the original movie. I thought it was entertaining. I wish the age level was a little higher to kind of meet the original Karate Kid. I think he was like 15 or 16 in that movie, and these kids are like 12. So it was a little weird in that respect, because they were kicking each other's asses pretty hard. The only time I really want to see that is when I'm a 12-year-old and I'm getting into a fight. So that's the other part that I found a little bit off. But other than that, the movie had a little of this, concentrated power of will, a little of that, 50% and a lot of. Other than that, not the best movie this summer, but by far it's not the worst. So this is Alex from MovieBuzzers.com punching out.